How's it going, guys? Warbles Gaming here, and today I'm going to be teaching you how to set up zPermissions and zChat. They go together, but they're kind of two separate things that you have to configure. And also you're going to need Vault for this, so don't forget to download that. So what I'm using today is MC Pro hosting. I'm not logged in, but that's okay. And pretty much think of this, if you don't know what this is, it's an FTP file access data center, and pretty much it just stores files and it lets me access them. So if I go down here to dev, as you can see, it just gives me all my server files. This is for pretty much people who buy servers, which is what I do, because I believe that they have better performance when you buy them. So yeah, it's pretty much just like having a file on your desktop, except it's kind of virtual. So it's pretty cool. So I'm going to be using that. And yeah, let's get started. So I'm just going to open my file, my FTP, and drag these all in there. So pretty much what I'm just saying is take the files that I gave you in the description. So zPermissions, zChat, and Vault, and just put them in your plugins folder. Now I'm just gonna reload and see, they're right there. Okay, cool. That's all you'll need to get zPermissions to start working. So now you want to type in permissions group guest create, just like I have it right here. I'm going to type that in, and as you can see, it created the group guest. Now we can go into the file access, refresh, and then go into the zPermissions folder. And as you can see, there is now a data file, and I'm just going to drag these both to my desktop. When you open up the config, actually, we're going to do the config in a little bit. Let's open up the data file, and as you can see, it created this thing here created this node, I guess you could call it, in this .yml. So now let's go to the config. Right when you see the config open, turn database support false, just like that. File, save. Oops. File, save. Drag that there. And then reload. Okay. So now if I type in test, it should say world.myname.test. Now we haven't set any groups yet, so that's good. Shows me that there aren't any groups set, and then I am set in the guest group. So now if we minimize that, refresh, see what's going on. Okay, so now if we go into data and we copy and paste a whole bunch of groups in here. I'm just going to do 3 groups. I'm going to do a guest, a mod, and an admin. Just like that. Now there are 3 groups. Okay. And they're pretty much all set up. Make sure the priority of the guest group is 2. I like to set it to 2, and then the rest can be 0. That's just how I would set it up, and how you guys should too. So save that. You can minimize it, drag it back into your folder, replace it, and now if we go back into the config, you can see that there's this thing called tracks, and well, let's just work on the default group right here. The default group is what you want them to start off as when they join your server. So it says default right here because that used to be the default group that it started off as, but we changed it to guest in the in-game. So now you want to set it to whatever you want. it has to be one of these ranks here. So we have admin, mod, and guests, but I want them to be guests when they log in. So I put guests there. The default track, I always just put main. You can put whatever you want here, but it has to be the same thing that you put here. So this, what's written right here has to be written right here. If that makes any sense. So right here under the main, as you can see, it says default, some group, some other group. Just write in the groups that you have already. So if you have guest, mod, and admin, write down right here in order, guest. Make sure it is in order. If it's not, it won't work. Mod, and then admin. Just like that. So now if we, let me just check and make sure if anything is wrong on here, because sometimes it creates a config.yml that's all screwed up. Nope, looks like everything's right. Save that, and then we can go here. Let's just see if it works. So now if we reload and then we go to set rank Warbles Gaming, and then let's just say mod, and then main. It goes like this. It goes set rank, name, the player name that you want to set their rank, and then the rank that you want them to be, and then main. And the main is the track that you made. So now there we go. I didn't set any prefixes or suffixes yet, and I'm gonna do one in game so I can show you how to do it in game, and one out of game so I can show you how to do it out of game. So now if we type in permissions, let me just see how I did this last time. Permissions group. There's so many options here. Permissions group, and then guest, and then prefix, and then add the prefix. I want theirs to be and 8. So now if I type in, now if I set myself to guest, I should type in dark letters. Yes, that is correct. Sweet. Okay, so that's how you do that. So now let's configure this out of game. See how this works out of game. So I'm going to refresh. Okay. So now it says right here, it says my name in the guest thing. I don't know why this is, hold on one second. Yeah, it says my name in there. I'm going to take it out because I want to show you what happens when, oh, hold on a second. You don't have to do what I'm doing. I just messed something up by accident. It's fine though. There we go. Just fixed it. Okay, so I just want to show you what happens when you join in, and I want to show you that it will put you in the guest when you join. So yeah. So now, if I want to add a prefix for any other, you know, any other rank. So, wow, this is all messed up. Hold on, let me fix this. Okay, it does this sometimes. It's okay. So, don't worry. So now if I want to add a prefix to any other rank here, I can go down in this list and set... Oh my god, what's going on? There, jeez. Okay, so mod, I would like it to be and B and L bracket mod bracket and I think it's R and F. I'm gonna put a space right in between both of those. And I'm gonna do the same thing, but I'm gonna drag it down here to admin, and I'm gonna put admin, and then make this a 4, so it's a dark red, and that should work. So now if we save it, drag it in here, we should be good. Reload. As you can see, oh, let me set my rank to mod. As you can see, it gives me that little thing. That's pretty cool. Now, here, let me just set myself to admin, make sure admin works too. There we go. Yep, it does work. So if you want to get rid of, say, this world thing here and this extra space here, it gives you a little extra space. I don't know why, but it does. If you want to get rid of the world and the extra space, what you want to do is you want to go into zchat folder, drag the config, and it's okay if I'm overwriting it. As you can see, it'll give you this config. What you want to do is delete this right here, this world, and delete the local. And then if you want to get rid of that extra space, delete the little spaces in between here. And then you should be fine. I'm just going to get rid of that F there too. Just like that. Save. There we go. Okay. And then we can drag this config back into there. So now it just looks like that pretty much. So that's pretty cool. And I want to show you something else that's pretty cool too. So if we go back into here, let me minimize that. If we go back into here and then we go to our data, there's prefixes and suffixes. So as you can see, our prefix for our guest group is 8, and what that does is it changes the player's name to a darker color, like a gray, like a dark gray. And I want to make their text I don't know if there's two. I think there's two F's. A light gray. The text that they write in, I want to make it a light gray. So we can do this by setting the suffix underneath the prefix, or it could be prefix underneath the suffix. It doesn't really matter. We can do this by setting that. Oh, I'm not in the right section. Sorry, I just had a mind blank there. Dragging the data, and then type that in wrong. Just like that. It's so awesome. I think I typed in F8 for both of them, though. I didn't mean to do that. No, I didn't. Oh, that's okay. Let me just figure out what I did wrong here. don't know what I did. But anyways, you can set the prefix and suffix of a player's name by doing that. So it's pretty cool. I'm just going to delete the suffix because I don't want there to be one. And yeah, now to set a permission node, I'm going to go ahead and hold on one second. I'm going to go ahead and go into my hub and take one of my plugins that I made and just drag it off into the... I'm just going to take my ranks plugin that I made and drag it... Oh, I don't know why I minimized that. Drag it into my dev server so we can get a permission node that we have to put down. And I know this permission as ranks.use. So if we go here to guest and we put the permission ranks.use and then true, just like I put it, just like that. Save it. And drag it into data. Now, as you can see, zPermissions, ranks, vault, and zchat. So now if I type in ranks, it'll give me this message. And I set this on my main network that I have, so when players type in /ranks, it shows them all the ranks that are on the server. Okay, I'm just trying to see if there's anything else that I didn't go over. Temp members, I'm not sure how you do temp members because I believe it's a command. You're just gonna have to go through the commands of zPermissions and check out what stuff is, but that's pretty much the basis of how things work in zPermissions. So if you have any questions, feel free to ask me. I know this tutorial was kind of crazy and chaotic and stuff like that. And to be honest with you, if you haven't worked with a permission system before and you go right ahead to zPermissions, you're gonna have so much trouble. Just like going from group manager to PEX, it's hard. This is like going from PEX to zPermissions, so it's kind of crazy. I know. Like I said, if you need any help, ask me. I'm here to help. And don't forget to subscribe to my channel. It really helps. Leave a thumbs up on this video. Tells me that you like it. And I will see all you sexy subscribers later.